My thing is so far as now, the greatest leap character-wise that I've had to accomplish is putting on an American accent, just because that's the farthest from me that any one of my characters has been. I haven't yet had to play anyone with a very specific and documented mental handicap or some quirky trait or something like that. So the level of study that I've had to submit myself to has not required that much of me over the day. So I get up and I go to set and I'll just have fun, joke around with everyone on set until they say, all right, we're about to film, and then I'll look at my lines and I'll know what to do, because it's there for me, it's written. I have a pretty spontaneous approach to it, I guess. Yeah.
Well, it works. I mean, for your role as Alex, I know you played a Canadian, but I would not have thought you were Australian from listening to Alex speak, so you do an incredibly convincing job. How do you do that, and what's your advice to other actors that are non-US natives on perfecting that?
God, learn an American accent, just do it. Because there's so many Australians that I know who come over, and I'll talk to them and I'll say, oh, have you got your American accent down? And they'll say, oh, no, but I'll get to that eventually. And I feel like almost before you should even arrange any papers, or before you should even book a flight, or just consider, before it should be a twinkle in your eye, the idea of living here, moving here, you should have an American accent down, I feel like. But yeah, it was fairly natural. I don't deserve any credit for it, if it is convincing. I've been here for 6 years, I ought to have it down by now. But I think I had pretty much down when I first moved here, because in Australia, and I've made the joke before, but I honestly think it's because I grew up like slightly racist, in a slightly racist Australian environment, because we make fun of everyone. And so I was growing up doing Indian, Scottish, Irish, American accents. I'm pretty sure my first word in an American accent was cheeseburger, if that gives you any idea of what I'm getting at.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think it was always there, and then I had to professionalize it, if you catch my drift.
Well, it's interesting because from an outsider's perspective, I see that Hollywood loves Aussies. They love people from the UK and they love people from Australia. Have you seen that? Have you seen how we're so fascinated by you, or is that different because you're looking at a different set of eyes?
I suppose you always want to find a struggle of some kind, like you want a difficulty to identify with, so you deserve extra credit for anything you do. So I always maintain that the novelty for Australians has worn off, just because I'm in the industry now, and I'd like to think that it's not because of that, but. Certainly there's always been this strange obsession with the Australian. I don't know if it's the accent or the ideal Aussie that we project, that we shove out from Australia just so everyone thinks that. But I have tried to keep up the stereotype that Australia is very dangerous,
Oh, right.
because everyone's always saying, oh, there's all these animals that'll kill you, and Australians are really manly and that sort of thing. And so I've tried to maintain that. Whenever someone asks me, do koalas kill people? I say, yes, of course. They drop from the trees, vicious, violent animals.